Tonight, from Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida, it's Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. It's the Miami Dolphins taking on the Kansas City Chiefs.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
From the 6. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here are the Chiefs now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first Wyoming quarterback to go in the first round, standing 6'5". It's Josh Allen.
And in this league, there are many quarterbacks who have their most success running the ball, while there are others who have big arms. There aren't too many guys who can do both, and at the end of many games, this guy leads his team not just in passing, but in rushing as well.
First down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. These are his numbers from last week's contest. Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Allen to throw it. It's his tight end. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Back-to-back gains of 17, and they are really on the march now. It's a first down. Here's Allen. Eluding the pressure right. Allen hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
I like this guy. And the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Here's Marino. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a second down here. Now it's Marino. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. This defense for the Chiefs, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Marino slides, and he'll have the first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The numbers for Williams a week ago. By the end of that one, he was knocking on the door for 200 yards.
And that was as good as I've seen him run the football. I mean, he absolutely attacked that defense. It looked like he was on the varsity, and they were scrimmaging the JV.
And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Now the former Washington Husky, here's Myles Gaskin. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it. How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll be out of bounds. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Dolphins are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Takes it at the 7. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so it looked like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Allen. That one complete to Okoye. And down he'll go at the 25. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 48-yard line. Again, they'll throw with Allen. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Allen going to throw. That's caught. It's Demarcus Robinson.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Allen's throw pulled in by Robinson here. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And this is caught by Watkins. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. And again this time to the tailback. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. This is the most important of them all. 3rd and goal. Now Allen. Dan hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And that will get out of bounds. Lucky there. They keep possession inside the 5. And CD, that's the 2nd time this half they've put it on the carpet. Now, the first one they lost. Good news here, it doesn't cost them.
They do say that things even out in the course of a ball game. So you mentioned they lost the first one. This time, able to retain possession, but they can't get into this habit. The ball can't continue to go on the ground.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. 77 yards. And the Dolphins strike quickly here for 6 points. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. KC's offense ready to take over. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Allen now looks to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. 79 yards. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Fielded just outside the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. They go play action now. Marino, they'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Dolphins strike quickly here for 6 points.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, he can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Sanders now to add the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see. Just one play resulting in the touchdown. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This one fielded at the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And now here comes Kansas City. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Hands it off out of the gun. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, They go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he's got some space here. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is down to 4. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here comes Jalen Waddle from his end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. But they have to be careful of.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown. A big play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Dolphins strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1-play drive and into the end zone for 6. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fielded right around the 8. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Steps away to his left. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Throwing on 2nd and long. Allen. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that'll make this an 8-point game. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. Final play of the half. It's Marino rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. Oh, the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Sanders' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Nick Mullins, 3 touchdown passes as his guys stay unbeaten on the year. Next, we'll stay in the NFC South as we head back here to Florida, check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting New England Patriots. Gary Brightwell leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. And one final game to highlight. We wrap things up on Monday Night Football, and they've got a good one this week between the LA Chargers and the New York Giants. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Cotton and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They start the second half here with Williams. Oh, he's got a little daylight. There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A great play there. 78 yards. And the Dolphins come right out of the locker room and score here the opening minute of the third quarter. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Sanders on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Right back to him on first down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Throwing now is Allen. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a fourth down. Here's the Chiefs punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Miami set to take over. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 118 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
On the handoff, it's Gaskin. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. And let's check on the call.
What's up, man?
So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties. And they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
I don't care what he's listed in the program. Fullback, running back, tailback, it doesn't matter. He ran that play like a fullback. Just like the old days when we saw the fullback dive. How about him picking that one up?
Only needed a yard on 4th down. That's what he's there for, right?
Exactly. Line him up, short yardage situation, and say, here it is, big man. Go get it.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. A give to the fullback on the dive. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man. You can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
Now they'll throw it with Marino. He'll buy some time right. He finds his man complete. It's Clayton. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. From the red zone now, Marino on first down. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins head on to their lead.
Yeah, having fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they open the lead up now to 25. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From the 6. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And in for the Chiefs touchdown. A big play there. 79 yards. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. Now a look at Smith. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Williams, and shedding through the tackle, and taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Now Green, well, staying on the ground. Let's hope he's all right. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On second down now, it's Williams. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
On the ground, this is Williams. He's got the first down inside the 10. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. 181 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Now Marino to throw it toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Dolphins are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they open the lead up now to 25. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From the 6. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and count.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. John Jenkins gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Got some room at the 30, and he'll take this all the way up to the 38-yard line.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They'd go ahead and mark it in the win column, but as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have plenty too on that side of the ball.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throwing again on second down. Allen, that's complete to Robinson. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 45-yard line. Play action. Now it's Allen. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. This is caught inside the 15. It's a big play there for the Chiefs. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. He don't know no better. Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike. Do your job.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Dolphins are going to recover. needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So that one will be accepted. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Escaping the pressure right. He finds his man complete. It's Clayton. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. The busy night continues for Williams. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The kick by Sanders is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This one fielded at the 5. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. KC's offense ready to take over.
They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen. And it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. To throw again on 2nd down. Allen throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. And this one is incomplete. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
One final try here for Allen. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Allen off the play fake. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. And Marino actually going to look to throw it. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Marino's incompletion on 1st down leads to 2nd and 10. Marino here from down around his goal line. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. Now the big play pushes them all the way out to the 40 now for 1st down. Marino on play action. Rolling to his left. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Play fake. Here's Marino. Out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And got his man complete. And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Dolphins, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.